Hello and welcome to South First. I'm Anushara Visood and you're watching State of Play, a daily roundup of all things politics, policy and human interest. Has the Enforcement Directorate, the central agency ED, become a den of corruption even as the BJP-led central government uses it to target political opponents? I'm not asking this. This is a question being raised by the CPIM in Kerala, and this comes after Kerala State Police's Vigilance Wing unearthed what it claims is a racket involving ED officials and those associated with them in extorting money under the guise of investigation. The Enforcement Directorate, ED, and the Central Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, two very prominent central agencies, are often accused of being misused by the BJP as a tool of political vendetta against opposition leaders. Opposition parties have often accused the CBI and the ED of being misused by the BJP to coerce, intimidate, arm twist, and target opposition leaders, their political opponents. Interestingly, several opposition party leaders who are facing heat from the ED and the CBI eventually jumped ships to the BJP in different states, especially around election time, and interestingly, several of them have then received a clean chit from the same central agencies that were probing allegations of corruption, money laundering, etc. against them. This phenomenon of whitewashing allegations of corruptions of leaders who eventually joined the BJP has earned the Saffron Party the moniker of being a washing machine. From Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, or in Maharashtra, several leaders including Ashok Chavan and Ajit Pawar, several leaders who are facing investigation by the ED and the CBI since the BJP came to power in 2014 have eventually joined the BJP and had cases against them halted, dropped, or a clean chit given to them. This is not me saying it. In fact, the Indian Express carried out two different investigations, one in 2022 and one more in 2024. Indian Express's report revealed that since 2014, about 25 out of the 23 opposition leaders who are being investigated by the CBI and the ED have joined the BJP and have eventually had cases against them dropped or at least paused. The same Indian Express in 2022 had done another report in which it stated that nearly 95% of prominent leaders, politicians that the CBI and the ED had taken action against since 2014, when the Narendra Modi-led BJP government came to power, have been leaders of opposition parties. Now let's get back to our story from Kerala. Now this is what has transpired in Kerala, which has put Kerala's police at loggerheads with the Enforcement Directorate. This is a high-profile bribery case in which Kerala's Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Bureau claims it has exposed an alleged 2 crore rupee extortion racket involving ED officials. The case began with a complaint from a cashew exporter and has since led to multiple arrests and naming of an ED official as accused number 1 in an FIR. The entire scandal came to light when a cashew exporter, Anish Babu, approached the Kerala Police's Vigilance Wing claiming that he was approached by some ED officials and their associates, insisting that he pay them money to drop a case, an investigation against him. Anish had previously been investigated by ED. Anish was being probed by the ED over allegations of irregularities in foreign fund transfers. The Vigilance Wing of Kerala's police department claims that it has now unearthed an entire nexus, a racket, if you will, of middlemen operating alongside central agency officials. Like I said, Anish had been investigated by the ED earlier, in fact last year, and he was interrogated by an assistant director of ED named Shekhar Kumar. Now the same officer has been named as the prime accused in this case of alleged extortion. Now this is how the case flow goes according to what the Kerala Police's FIR has to say. The interrogation allegedly turned threatening when Shekhar Kumar, the ED officer, warned Anish and his family members that they would be arrested. Soon after, a Kochi-based middleman named Wilson Varghese contacted Anish and demanded 2 crore rupees to end the ED inquiry. To convince Anish of his pull and his link or his connections and influence with the ED, Wilson even forwarded a copy of ED's summons to Anish on a date on which he said he would. This summons by the ED quickly made Anish go approach the vigilance wing of the Kerala police, who then carried out an investigation first. After his claims were all verified, the Kerala vigilance wing set a trap. On the 15th of May, when bribe was being handed over to Wilson, he was caught red-handed. Following his arrest, the Kerala police were able to trace more people who were part of this alleged nexus. Wilson led them to another person named Mukesh Jain alias Murali, a Rajasthan native settled in Kochi with alleged Hawala links, and then Ranjit Warrior, a chartered accountant based in the city. Initial reports suggested that this CA used to frequent the ED's office in Kochi. While all of this is happening, the ED had initially launched an internal investigation against this officer. Although it has not given any official statement, the ED seems to be of the understanding that it has to defend its officer and has insisted that this was all an attempt to derail the money laundering investigation that is being carried out. Well, unfortunately for the ED, this isn't the first time that the state police have registered a case against its officials. Ever since opposition parties have started openly speaking about the misuse of ED and CBI, state governments, especially those opposition-ruled state governments, have taken a stance against ED and CBI action. In several cases, local police or the state police have been at loggerheads with the central agency officials. Take, for example, the sensational December 2023 case from Tamil Nadu, when a ED officer was in fact arrested by the Tamil Nadu police. Ankit Tiwari, an ED officer from the Madurai sub-zonal office, was arrested by the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption of Tamil Nadu police after he allegedly demanded 3 crore rupees as bribe from a Dindigal-based doctor to bury an ongoing probe. Ultimately, he apparently settled for 51 lakh in bribe. Tamil Nadu police arrested Tiwari when he was caught red-handed, taking 20 lakh rupees as the first installment of this corrupt money. Interestingly, in this instance, the Enforcement Directorate also very quickly registered its own case against its own officer, Ankit Tiwari, seemingly with the motive of transferring the probe to Delhi, away from Tamil Nadu police's jurisdiction. The case eventually had to go to court, and the Supreme Court had to draw a balance between what the state police can do for the probe and what the ED should be doing in ensuring a fair investigation. In yet another scandal involving an ED official, Assistant Director Sandeep Singh Yadav was caught by Central Bureau of Investigation on 8th of August 2024 in Delhi. One central agency's officer, the ED's officer, being arrested by another central agency, CBI, after he was accused of extorting 20 lakh rupees from a Mumbai jeweler. He allegedly threatened to implicate the businessman in a cooked-up case if the bribe wasn't paid. In 2024, in Karnataka too, an FIR was registered against 2 Enforcement Directorate officials who were probing the multi-crore alleged Valmiki Corporation scam. An official of the Social Welfare Department in Karnataka had filed a complaint against 2 ED officials who had interrogated him in this alleged scam case. In his complaint, this official said that during interrogation, these 2 ED officials coerced him, forced him, intimidated him to name Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah as an accused in the case. He alleged that these 2 officers wanted him to falsely implicate Chief Minister of Karnataka Siddaramaiah. While the police very quickly registered an FIR, the issue went to court. The Karnataka High Court eventually stayed any proceedings against the 2 ED officials, insisting that any interference in their job would be an abuse of law. They were simply doing their job. This case definitely very different from what has happened in Kerala, what had happened in Tamil Nadu or Delhi, where money was involved and the allegation is of corruption. In fact, this case has taken Kerala by such a storm that Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is now appealing to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to intervene and rein in Enforcement Directorate, whose officials are being booked in several states for multiple irregularities. While insisting that cases like this have raised questions over the credibility of a central agency like ED, Pinarayi Vijayan insisted that there is a definite need for a complete overhaul of this central investigative agency. Several political leaders have often pointed to how ED has powers only to probe economic offenses, but has often stepped in cases of corruption, in cases of scams, etc., which are primarily under the jurisdiction of the CBI. There is little doubt that as long as ED and CBI are seen as tools being misused for political vendetta against opponents, there is going to be friction between state police and the central agencies, especially in states that are ruled by opposition parties. The low, or rather abysmally low conviction rates of ED is definitely not helping its cause. Until next time, when I come back to you with yet another episode of State of Play, do stay tuned to South First. Thank you so much for watching.